figure eight links like these are really important. Simple link, but you need to know how to make them because we use them a lot, especially in ethnic coin jewelry like this necklace here. I use the smaller size to connect the double spiral links with the coins connected in here, and this gives it a nice drape to use this smaller size right here. And then for the rest of the necklace I switched to the larger size, that would be this size here. And in this particular necklace I did all of my figure eight links in copper wire, but you can also make them out of sterling silver. And you can use whatever gauge wire you want, but I suggest 16 gauge. I think that 16 gauge is a really good sturdy gauge to use, whereas 14 gauge would also be quite beautiful, but it's not necessary to go that heavy with your wire. 18 gauge would work as well. It's just getting a little bit fine. I wouldn't go finer probably than 18 gauge with this link because you want a nice sturdy link. Made in two sizes, as you can see. This one here, this little one, was made with 1 1/4 inch of 16 gauge round dead soft wire, and I've already cut a piece here, and it's flush cut on each end, and of course cleaned thoroughly with my steel wool. And this one here was made with 1 3/4 inches. So this is 1 1/4, 1 3/4 inches of round dead soft wire in your choice of copper or silver, and if you like gold filled, I'm certain that you could use that as well. Brass wire would also work. Okay, so let's move these out of the way. I'm just going to show you very quickly how these are made. To make the little one, we're going to use the small round nose pliers. The tool that I really like to use is the Lindstrom small round nose pliers, but if you have a different tool, you're going to have to make some adjustments because the size of the jaws on your tool might be quite different from mine, and therefore all these measurements will be a little bit different for you. So when you're doing this at home, you're going to have to experiment and see what works for you. But if you have the small round nose pliers from Lindstrom, then you're going to put the end of the wire, and again we're using the 1 1/4 inch piece to make the small figure eight. You're going to put the end of the wire in the back of the tool right up against the box joint, but not inside the box joint. Feel that you can't feel that end protruding, and then put your thumb right on top of the wire, and simply roll your wrist around, just like this, until the wire touches, like that. Then you're going to turn it over so the loop is facing you. Put the end of the wire in the back of the tool. Feel that you don't feel that end protruding, and kind of get your thumb in here the best that you can, and just rotate the wire around the tool until it touches. And there's your figure eight. That was really easy, wasn't it? You need to make several of these. As you can see on this necklace, I doubled them. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. If you make a necklace with 5 penny charms, as I call them, okay? So you'll need 8 of these little guys right here. And then for the rest of the necklace, you're going to need quite a few more. It depends on the length of your necklace, I would say. You're going to need to make at least, about 30 or so in this size, in the larger size. So here I have my 1 3/4 inches of 16 gauge wire, rounded soft sterling silver. And this time I'm going to use my extra long round nose pliers. The Rio brand is the one I like. It's a really good quality, but still a rather inexpensive tool. I'm going to place the end of the wire in the back of the tool. Feel that you can't feel that end protruding. And just like you did before, you're going to brace your thumb right here, rotate your hand around and around and around until it touches, just like that. Turn it over so the loop is facing you. Put the end of the wire in the back of the tool. And it's really hard to get your thumb in here at this point. Just do the best you can. Just bend it all the way around until the wire touches. Okay? Now if it gets a little crooked like this, don't worry because you can hammer it out using your chasing hammer, or just to straighten it, we'll use a plastic mallet or a rawhide mallet. Just kind of straighten it out. Okay, that's all you need to do. And then the same thing with the little one. Let's put this one here. This also work hardens the wire, makes the link nice and sturdy. Okay, just like that. If you want to, this is an option, you don't have to do it, but if you look at these links here, you can see, let me put the copper one up so you can see that too. Okay, I used my chasing hammer to just kind of flatten the outer edge here, and on this one of course here and here, just to kind of give it a prettier look. I don't bother to do that on the small figure 8 because it doesn't show at all, but on the larger figure 8 it can be nice to kind of just give it a little bit of a hammering in through here to kind of make it look prettier. So to do that, I'm going to hold this, keeping my fingers off the bench block to avoid injury. Okay, I'm just going to hammer the back right here. Okay. Of course, hammering the wire always causes it to expand, and sometimes it'll open up like this. So just use the same tool used before to form the loop to tighten it back down again. Okay, that looks really pretty. You'll do the same thing on this side. So let's turn it over. Hammer it right here. Okay, just like that. Really easy. This is one of the easiest links you'll ever make, and it's quite versatile. I use it in place of jump rings in a lot of my jewelry pieces to connect different links and beads and things like that in a necklace and so forth. It's just a great link to use in lieu of a jump ring. So make several of these. Again, you need about 8 or so of the little ones and at least 30 or so of the larger ones in copper or silver.